Imagine this. A drone flies silently over a cattle ranch in Oregon. The night is still, until suddenly the quiet is shattered by an emotionally raw shouting match between Scarlett Johansson and Adam Driver. But this isn't a movie set. It's not Hollywood. This is the United States Department of Agriculture, blasting one of the most iconic argument scenes from Marriage Story to scare off wolves. Yes, you heard that right. In what may be the most unexpected crossover between cinema and wildlife management, the USDA has turned to drones equipped with loudspeakers and thermal cameras, using intense soundscapes, including Hollywood arguments and classic hard rock hits, to deter wolves from attacking livestock. And the results? They're turning heads. It all started with a problem that's been growing in the American West. Wolves returning in greater numbers, attacking livestock in states like Oregon, Idaho, and Montana. In one Oregon county alone, 11 cows were killed in just 20 days. For ranchers, it's not just about losing animals. It's about losing income, time, and peace of mind. The USDA had to act. But instead of just adding more traps or hiring more patrols, they leaned into something unexpected. Sound. Specifically, chaos. Picture a wolf creeping near a herd of cattle in the dead of night. Suddenly, the drone overhead lights up in thermal vision. And then, the voice of Adam Driver pierces the darkness. "Every day I wake up, and I hope you're dead." It's jarring, it's intense, and it's completely unexpected in the middle of a quiet forest. The wolf is spooked. It runs. Mission accomplished. And it doesn't stop there. These drones are armed with an arsenal of auditory chaos. Fireworks, gunshots, yelling, and even the thunderous chords of AC/DC's Thunderstruck. That high-energy wall of sound isn't just loud, it's unpredictable. And unpredictability, scientists say, is the key to keeping predators guessing. A USDA supervisor in Oregon told the Wall Street Journal, "I need the wolves to respond and know that, hey, humans are bad." It's a kind of psychological warfare, using our own emotions, music, and drama to create an invisible barrier between wild predators and domestic livestock. What's wild is that it's actually working. Since the drone program began using these intense sounds, the number of livestock deaths has dropped dramatically, from 11 dead cows in 20 days to just 2 over the next 85 days. That's not just a fluke. That's results. And while it might sound ridiculous to imagine a wolf running from an Oscar-nominated argument, the logic is surprisingly sound. Wolves are intelligent. They adapt. And traditional deterrents, like fences, guard dogs, or even rubber bullets, often lose their effectiveness over time. But emotionally charged human voices, especially voices that sound angry, erratic, and threatening, that taps into a primal part of the wolf's brain. It tells them something dangerous is nearby. Leave. It's also worth noting that this isn't just about protecting cattle. It's about avoiding direct conflict with wolves themselves. Since their reintroduction into Yellowstone in 1995, gray wolves have been a conservation success story. But they remain controversial, revered by some as symbols of wilderness, and reviled by others as threats to rural livelihoods. Many are still protected under federal law, so using non-lethal deterrents like these drones strikes a balance. Keep wolves alive, but keep them away from livestock. Still, the internet couldn't help but laugh. The idea of wolves being frightened off by Marriage Story turned into a meme overnight. TikTok lit up with parody videos. Some users dubbed it the Oscar bait predator control program. Others joked that if Scarlett Johansson's yelling doesn't send you running, nothing will. But beneath the humor is a very real shift in how we handle predator management. We're no longer just trying to control nature. We're trying to outsmart it. And that raises some fascinating questions. Could this technology be expanded? What if drones could play personalized sounds for specific threats? What if we used AI to analyze predator behavior in real time and respond with the most effective audio cue instantly? Some researchers are already thinking in that direction. Imagine future farms where AI-powered drones patrol autonomously, adjusting their sound arsenal depending on which species they detect. It's part wildlife management, part psychological warfare, and part science fiction brought to life. But not everyone is cheering. Animal rights groups have raised concerns that blasting chaotic sounds could create undue stress, not just for wolves, but for other wildlife and even the livestock themselves. After all, a scared cow isn't exactly a healthy cow. Others worry that overuse of such tactics could lead to wolves simply adapting once again, forcing us into an arms race of audio escalation. And then there's the cultural side of this. The idea that a deeply emotional, intimate moment from one of the most powerful divorce dramas in modern cinema is now being used as a scare tactic for wild animals. It's bizarre, but it also shows just how powerful storytelling can be. When we watch that scene in Marriage Story, we're moved. We feel something. And maybe, just maybe, those raw human emotions have a universal resonance, even for creatures that don't speak our language. So what happens next? For now, the USDA continues to test and refine the drone program, gathering more data with each flight. Farmers and ranchers are cautiously optimistic. And while some scoff at the idea of Hollywood helping on the farm, the numbers don't lie. Fewer cows lost, fewer wolves harmed, more balance in an increasingly complicated ecosystem. And maybe that's the bigger story here. In a world where technology, nature, and pop culture often collide in strange ways, we're finding new solutions in the most unexpected places. Whether it's a breakup scene from a Netflix drama or a rock anthem from the 80s, every sound carries weight, and every sound could be a signal of survival. So what do you think? Is this the future of wildlife management? Should we be using art and chaos to keep nature in check? Or have we gone too far by weaponizing Oscar-level heartbreak? Drop your thoughts in the comments. This is one of the weirdest but most fascinating stories we've covered, and we want to hear your take. If you love stories that connect the dots between technology, culture, and the wild world we live in, make sure to like this video and subscribe to Celeb's Life. We bring you the stories that don't just make headlines, they make you think. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.